1-0 West Michigan. RBI single by Johnny Peck earlier on in this inning. He was caught stealing. Campos at third, Pacheco at first. Pacheco runs 3-2. Fly ball deep left center. Johnny Butler heads into the alley and he runs it down. The side's retired. Luke Gold gave it a ride, but Johnny Butler got there.
Hi, this is Ryan Noda. You're listening to Athletics Baseball on A's Cast and the A's Radio Network.
We got a good ball game here, 2-2. Cactus League game number 25 for both teams. And as we go to the sixth, here is Jesse Goldberg-Strassler.
Ryan Noda steps into the left-hand batter's box. Top of the order, Noda, Geloff, Blade. Top of the sixth, A's and Rangers knotted up at 2. The A's 2 runs in the second inning, the Andujar home run. Then the Rangers, the solo tallies in the bottom of the third and the bottom of the fourth. Right-hander Kirby Yates takes over. Deals to Ryan Noda. On the first offering, waved at and missed. Strike one. Noda today 0 for 2. Strikeout in the first and a line out to left field in the third inning. There's been some hard contact by the A's today, but aside from Andujar, Adam balls. Yates deals. That's off the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike on the great basketball enthusiast, Ryan Noda. Great batting eye, great power, and loves the round ball in addition to baseball. Shortstop, Smith is up the middle. The pitch. That's up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike on the A's first baseman. Johnny, I tell you, if ever I want to know anything about basketball, especially with March Madness, right here, Ryan is the guy that I turn to. I trust his opinion. The pitch. Check swing. Went too far. Strike 2 on the off-speed away.
Yeah, he knows his basketball for sure. He doesn't have a lot of confidence in the Cincinnati Bearcats, but he does know his ball.
When he does have confidence in his Bearcats, know that they're onto something special.
Right, exactly.
He was a legend himself at Cincinnati. Hit some of the longest home runs that have ever been hit. Leading off the top of the sixth, 2-2, the game is tied. Yates throws. Noda takes a called strike 3. Fastball at 93 miles an hour. 1 away in the top of the sixth inning. Zach Geloff comes up next. Geloff is 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and a ground out to third. The golden shoes for Geloff. That tapping above his right shoulder. 2-2. 1 out, nobody on. The pitch. Geloff takes a called strike on the bender to the outside corner. It amazes me, Johnny, when looking over the spring training stats, that Zach Geloff is playing half of these games, right? And yet, still finding ways to get on base and score runs. We'll see what happens here. The pitch. A dribbler foul up the third base side. On the count 0-2. The ways that he can impact the game.
Oh, he has been such a special player and called up in July last year.
Yeah.
Immediately made an impact, and he makes his teammates better. The communication he has with his teammates, it's impressive.
Here's the pitch from Yates. Down it in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. J.J. Blade waits on deck. As you and I were talking about the present and the future of the A's. Well, here is Geloff, the former second rounder from Virginia. And the pitch. That's down low. And so I was just talking about Ryan Noda and getting to know him off the field and as a human being. And Zach Geloff is much the same way.
Yes.
Highly personable. Talk to him about baseball. Talk to him about anything that you enjoy. Right now, though, locked in. 2-2 pitch from Kirby Yates. On its way. Swing and a miss, although it got right through the catcher Heim. And away goes Geloff for first base, reaching safely. No throw. That's one of those where time stood still. It was a high fastball from Yates that he swung through, but Jonah Heim didn't catch. And so because of that, a 1-out base runner for the A's sets up J.J. Blade.
I'll tell you, this Kirby Yates, this is a big add-on for this club, too. They think Kirby Yates is going to come back and come back with a decent year this year. So besides David Robertson, another good pickup for this Ranger club.
Blade takes a called strike on the outside corner. When you win the World Series.
Yeah.
And then you say, okay, what can we improve on?
Right. Let's add.
But the Rangers' struggles throughout last year in the regular season were their bullpen and just trying to find reliable arms.
Right.
Now, they got the outs when they needed them late. Today, batting left side. Pitch, and that's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out and 1 runner at first base for the A's in the top of the 6th in a 2-2 game. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, called up from High A Lansing for some Cactus League action. The great Jolton Johnny Dasco to my left. A check on the runner at first base. Geloff back in.
It's funny we talk about Bochy, and you're right. There was a period there where he was not confident in that bullpen. He looked down there and said, "Who do I have today?" But he is a master, and he's one of the best to ever do it as far as managing a bullpen. He did a great job last year.
Yates sets, deals. That's off speed down. And not only that, Bruce Bochy won a World Series in an odd-numbered year.
Right. So we hadn't done earlier. That's right.
Brought the first World Series championship to the Rangers and out above the right field berm. Really, the berm stretches around foul pole to foul pole, but there is a World Championship banner. Swing and a miss. Blade went around too far, badly fooled. The flags that are here at the ballpark, they arrange ascending at the highest point. Of course, there's the flag of the United States, but then to the left there's Arizona, and then to the left, the lowest, there's the World Series champions for the Rangers. A throw over to first a second time. Geloff back in safely. On deck, Brent Rooker. We're in the middle of the A's order, looking to break a 2-2 tie in the top of the 6th inning. Strikeout of Noda, a strikeout of Geloff, but reaching on the passed ball. Here's a 2-2. Yates looking for a 3rd straight K. Long hold, runner breaks. The pitch chopped over the first baseman Duran. It's down the right field line for a base hit. Derek Hill plays there. Geloff for 3rd base, pulling in as the throw comes in. Single for J.J. Bleday. A's are at the corners.
Designated hitter number 25, Brent Rooker.
That beautiful surprise stadium hop, and there was nothing that Ezekiel Duran could do about it at first base. Feet stuck in concrete. And bring up Brent Rooker now. Prime opportunity to untie this game. It was fun reading Ross Stripling's interview with Martin Gallegos following his start yesterday. Righty to righty, the pitch. Hammered to left field. Jankowski is back. He's looking up. It's gone over the bullpen and left. A 3-run homer for Brent Rooker. 5-2 A's. It is Brent Rooker's 2nd Cactus League home run. And he picked on the first toss of Kirby Yates to pound it.
It's funny, I talked to Noda the other day, and he was talking about the fact you want to get hot 4 or 5 days before spring training ends, right? And I'll tell you, Rooker's had 3 at-bats. He's hit the ball hard, all 3 at-bats, and that was a mammoth home run.
Clear off those bases. 1 out for Miguel Andujar. 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer himself. Righty deals to righty. Outside ball 1. So the interview with Ross Stripling after his start, and he said, I know that guys poo-poo the stats, I'm paraphrasing, of course, for Cactus League and spring training, and yet it means something to me. My performance means something to me. Here's the pitch. That's down low. And I think you could ask Brent Rooker, and you could say, okay, spring training doesn't mean much. You're just getting yourself for the year. And yet he might still say, I like what my swings have been today. This means something to me. And, you know, a hitter would never pass up hitting a home run, and Brent Rooker wears his emotions on his sleeves. Andujar spoils this one foul, up and away right side. Duran gives a look, but that ball's back on his hits. Off the roof, scattering a flock of birds first before caroming down into the crowd. Those birds thought that they were safe, Johnny. They were not. We've got some mourning doves here perching, as if they don't have a care in the world, as if Miguel Andujar is not going to visit them with a foul. 2 balls and a strike, the count. The pitch from Yates. Fouled away right side. That's above the birds and out of play. Good swings today from Brent Rooker. I like, too, what we saw on the mound. Tyler Ferguson settling in after a little bit of a rocky start. Danny Jimenez struggled with his command. Sullivan rescued him. Lucas Urseg. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a foul tip at home plate. But now here we are. It's March 19th, and we can say 9 days away. Opening day. A's, Guardians. Opening day starters announced today. So, Alex, what the urgency is rising. The excitement is rising.
It is. There's still a couple of things to decide for the A's as far as roster spots, but we're getting pretty close. I think the guy at the plate right now is pretty much locked in to being the starting left fielder on opening day. That's my opinion. I'm not saying it's factual. I'm saying I think that's my opinion of what I think is going to happen.
Yates to Miguel Andujar. Lashed left side, base hit. Duffy gave a dive and was not close. Jankowski relays it in. Andujar on with a hard hit single. And they are barreling Kirby Yates. And there, once again, there's Miguel Andujar. Good contact. We talk about his career. Finishes second in the Rookie of the Year balloting. What he put up statistically for the New York Yankees, they're talking about Joe DiMaggio, right? When has a rookie ever succeeded like this? And then injuries sabotaging his career. And now here's the start with the A's and how good things are looking. Henry Bolte pinch runs at first base for Andujar. Andujar's day is done. 2 for 3, single, homer, 2 knocked in. And Lawrence Butler steps up, 0 for 2 today with a ground out to short and a fly out to left. The A's are up 5-2 in the top of the 6th inning with 1 out. A 3-run homer by Brent Rooker earlier this frame. Righty Yates deals. The lefty Butler takes a called strike on the outside corner. Well, Bolte at first base.
Correction, that is Bolte.
His speed is well earned by his name. He is a lightning Bolte at first, ready to move. And there's the check over, tag late. When you look at A's second rounders, Zach Geloff taken in the second round, and we see what he is. And with Henry Bolte, here the A's take that lottery pick on the high schooler from Palo Alto who you can dream on his skills. Yates to Butler, pitch on its way. Hit in the air and off the left side foul, out of play.
We saw Bolte hit a ball the other day in Peoria, and it was a shot. It was 103 off the bat or whatever. The third baseman made an incredible play to his left to make the play. Fired to first, and Bolte beat it. I mean, he just you know about blazing speed.
With these two guys, Bolte the runner at first, Butler in the batter's box waiting. Tell you what, 0-2 pitch, check swing, it was high. No appeal by the Rangers. I would like to see an Olympic event, but for baseball. You know, the biathlon, the triathlon, the decathlon, and it's power and speed.
Yeah.
Because both Lawrence Butler and Henry Bolte have power and speed in spades. Yates with the high set, the red glove, the nod. Bolte runs. Butler cues it foul off the end of the bat, foul left side. 1 ball, 2 strikes, it remains. He's batting with a 5-2 lead in the 6th inning.
Sorry, yeah, you told me about Butler before I saw Butler. You said just wait, because you had some really good interviews. By the way, thank you so much for all the information you've given me about these A's players. You've watched them firsthand, and then they come up, and then I know all about them when they get here, so thank you for that.
You're welcome. Lawrence Butler twirling, stirring his bat around nice and low. Yates offers the 1-2. Low and away. Lawrence Butler, it was a difficult situation he was put in. When he was promoted to Lansing in 2021 from Single-A Stockton, Stockton was having an outbreak of COVID. And so we had to quarantine Lawrence Butler at the hotel. He comes into Lansing and he can't leave his hotel room. Bolte runs, the pitch is inside, throw down to second base by Heim. The tag dropped it short by Smith, and Henry Bolte has the head-first steal. Smith was stretching out for that throw by Jonah Heim, and there was Henry Bolte's body already past him. He was unable to secure it, and Bolte bolts his way into scoring position. Now, but Lawrence Butler, coming off the pandemic in 2020, the native Atlantan, playing in these wonderful pickup baseball games to keep himself fresh. Look at him now. He swings and taps this ball right of the mound. Second baseman Simeon comes in, plays over to first base. They get the out, and meanwhile, the third base goes Bolte. I can correct myself, by the way.
That is Jason Foscue.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he's not on the roster.
So, Foscue, the second baseman. Yeah. Derek Hill now in right field. And Kirby Yates gone from the mound. Henry Bolte at third with 2 outs and a pitching change at Billy Parker Field at Surprise Stadium. With the A's leading the Rangers 5-2, we step aside for this pitching change on A's Cast. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, joined by Lugnut's corner infielder Will Simpson. Will, how are you?
I'm doing great, Jesse. How are you doing?
I'm good. Let's introduce you to athletics fans, because right now, if you look on the Midwest League leaderboard, there's your name everywhere. How do you feel the season has begun?
It's off to a great start, just staying consistent with my routines, and staying disciplined in my approaches that I have going up to each at-bat. Yeah, that's about it. Just trying to be as consistent as possible.
You're leading the league with 18 walks. How much of that is your approach? How much is the cold weather? How much of that is pitchers pitching around you?
Yeah, I think it might be a little combo of everything. Just being really aware of what pitchers are trying to do and what pitchers are trying to make. And also just having the ability to spit on stuff and take my walks when needed. And not getting too swing happy. Yeah, and just being really disciplined to my plan and my approach.
Your first 2 home runs this year, the first unofficial, the exhibition against Michigan State, grand slam.
Yeah.
And then your first official home run, grand slam.
Yeah.
How many grand slams have you now hit in your life?
I think 4. I think it's only 4. I think it's at 4. I hit my first collegiate grand slam my senior year last spring. That was my first professional one, so pretty good.
Pitcher can't pitch around you with the bases loaded.
No, they cannot. I like that.
Let's go back to Washington State. You're one of 4 brothers. Does everybody in the family play baseball?
So my older brother played baseball. He played at Bucknell University, a small school, Patriot League school in Pennsylvania. And then he grad transferred to Long Beach State. But me and him are only baseball players.
Yeah.
My 2 little brothers attend Washington State University just as students.
They attend Washington State. Mm-hmm. You're a Washington Husky. How does that go over with the family?
Not well. I don't wear anything Washington State related. I'll only wear the colors to support them. No logos, no Cougar logos. I'll only wear the colors. And we made that agreement when they decided to attend that school.
I mean, that's what they signed up for.
Exactly. I will always support them no matter what, but I will not support their school.
As a baseball player, was there a guy that you were patterning yourself off of as you grew up?
Yeah, I really liked Mark Trumbo. I was a big fan of him because he played in Seattle for a little bit. I got to watch him play. But I just kind of like the bigger body, the big swing. I was really a fan of his.
How often would you go to the MLB games?
Not as often as I would like to. Gosh, we were always busy running around and stuff like that, but kind of got more as later years into high school during summertime and stuff like that. We would always make some trips out there.
You put yourself on the map in high school, especially for your power. The Pirates drafted you after your senior year. Mm-hmm. Was that a difficult decision to turn them down and attend UW?
Yeah, it was a very difficult decision, but my family and I just felt like it was the right thing to do to go to school, get my education, get my degree, and just kind of develop more as a player and a person.
How did you develop?
I got a lot stronger, kind of shed the baby fat a little bit, got a lot stronger, a lot faster. Just my understanding of the game developed a lot more.
About getting stronger, do you now know when you hit it if it's going to be a home run or not?
I do. I'm happy to say that I do. It's got to go out the right. Like the one against Lake County, didn't quite know because that wind was howling in. Yeah. And it was kind of a line.
Got it through it.
I got through it. But yes, usually when I hit them, I know they're gone.
Have you gone through different home run trots?
Not really. I kind of just like to stay at an even speed the whole time. Not go too fast, not go too slow.
Yeah. Joined by Will Simpson, the Lansing Lugnuts slugging corner infielder. At first base, it's a pleasure to watch the target that you present. Mm-hmm. What goes into playing a good defensive first base?
I think it's a lot more than people think. You gotta defensive members are relying on you to make the play and kind of pick them up when needed. But it's just ball security is pretty much all what it is. Making sure you complete the catch and get the guy out.
I enjoyed asking you about an infielder throwing a catchable ball. Mm-hmm. Have you had guys throw cutters or two-seamers over to you?
No. These guys are freaking awesome. They present a good ball every single time. So no problems there.
Let's go back. You get drafted by the A's. Did you see that coming? Did you have any thought, Oakland is going to be the team to give me a call?
It's a funny story about that. I had no idea. I was actually talking to my parents on the phone, and I get a text from a buddy of mine saying congrats, and I was like, congrats for what? And then I run downstairs, and my buddies are going crazy because they had the draft on, and they're like, dude, you just got picked. I'm like, what? what just happened? And then the Jim Kaufman, the area scout up in the Northwest, gave me a call a few minutes later and told me. So I was caught off guard for sure. I had no idea.
I mean, there's a pipeline. There was Joe Demers. Stevie Emanuels is doing great things.
Yes.
I mean, UW Huskies, you go from the purple and gold to the green and gold.
I love it. I love the gold consistency there. Yeah.
That's cold weather baseball like here, right?
Yes, it is. I was very used to the cold weather when we got here, so that wasn't too much of a change.
Have you told the guys, here's my secret?
No, it's just I try and stay as warm as possible. I might even go out there with 2 layers on, with 2 double long sleeves. I do not like being cold, so I like staying warm. But yeah, I've learned a thing or two. Just got to keep the body moving for sure.
Guys, the secret is when it's cold, just warm.
Just warm. That's all you got to do. You see guys out here with short sleeves, like, what the heck are you doing? Are you trying to stay cold the whole game? Crazy.
Okay, now to these guys, because this is fun.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm watching you and Henry in Lake County. You got the day off, and you're just cheering your heads off from the dugout. What is this clubhouse like?
Oh, it's awesome. We have a great group of guys. But it all starts with Conk as well, just bringing awesome vibes, awesome energy, and that really trickles down to the rest of the guys in the clubhouse. So, but we just love coming to the field. We love getting our work in, and we just love being around each other.
Back to UW briefly. In the classroom, what did you study? What was your major?
I was a communications major.
Wait, you should be interviewing me.
I know, right? Maybe I should.
Communications in like what area?
So a lot of it was online because of the whole COVID thing like that. So I didn't really get the full experience, but I did have some awesome journalism classes and stuff like that.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, you're taking over my job on a road trip.
No, you're great at your job, Jesse. I don't need to take over your
It's
job.
early. Don't want to be in mid-season form yet.
Yeah.
And my final question is this: besides the classroom, besides baseball, what else are you great at? What else do you enjoy?
I like playing video games. I do. I'm just a baseball guy through and through. I've always been a baseball guy. I just love everything about it. Absolutely everything. There's not one thing I would change.
Will, thank you very much for taking the time
Thanks,
today.
Jesse. I appreciate it.
8 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Lugnuts. No runs, no hits, no errors for Cedar Rapids. Top of the 9th inning, lefty Colton Johnson on the hill. Harry Olivar Cespedes due up. J. Harry wears number 5. Ricardo Olivar wears number 11. Rebel Cespedes wears number 22. Add them together. That's the answer to tonight's trivia question, 38. Colton Johnson wears number 41. 41 minus 38, the number of outs that Colton Johnson is looking for here in the 9th inning to sew this one up. There have been 3 no-hitters in Lansing Lugnuts franchise history. Johnson against Harry, 0 for 3. A strikeout looking, a ground out to second, a fly out to left. A first pitch swinger. The pitch. He swings and it's a fly ball out to right. It's shallow. Batista Jr. down the line to make the catch. 1 gone. And now Ricardo Olivar.
2 more to go, that's all.
That's all.
25 complete.
Ricardo Olivar, the number 1 catching prospect in the Minnesota Twins organization. 0 for 2 with a walk. Right-handed batter. The lefty offers. Starts him off with a called strike. 8-0 Lugnuts. Here it is. Line drive left field. Johnny Butler in. Makes the catch. 2 gone. And now here comes the Midwest League Player of the Month for April. Rubel Cespedes, 0 for 3 today with a ground out, a strikeout, and a flyout. Lefty to lefty, 2 outs, nobody on. 8-0 Lugnuts. Here's the pitch. Out of fastball, called a strike on the outside corner. At 0-1. Strike 2 called. Time granted to Cespedes. 24 years ago today in Lugnuts franchise history, Scott Dunn of Clinton perfect game Lansing tonight. 1 out away from a no-hitter. The Lugnuts' Colton Johnson to the Colonels' Rubel Cespedes. An 0-2. Fouled back.
These fans, man, they know it. Great baseball fans here in Lansing. One more strike to go.
26 outs recorded. No runs, no hits for the Colonels. Cespedes waits. 0-2. Swing and a miss. It's over. Colton Johnson completes the 4th no-hitter in Lugnuts franchise history. Jake Garland started it with 5 hitless. Brett Judkins went 2 2/3. Johnson the final 4 outs. They give a golden chain to the Lugnuts who hit home runs here. Well, it was the chain of pitchers that stopped a Cedar Rapids team that had collected 33 hits in the first 2 games of the series, and they make history.